Live from the Nation Center on this Saturday, the 29th day of June 2024. The year has actually now gone past the half mark. We are starting the other half from July. My name is Ibrahim Karanjal. You're just in time for NTV at 1, even as we take you across the country and we inform you everything that is happening and also beyond our borders and into the sporting fields. Thank you for choosing NTV to inform you. Let's get started. And Tharaka Nithi Governor Muthomi Njuki has called out on destructive rioters who are now taking advantage of the good cause started by Gen Z protesters to engage in theft and vandalism. Speaking at the Presbyterian College in Rubate, Tharaka Nithi County, where he presided over the 26th graduation ceremony, Governor Njuki said there was need to embrace the young people at the decision-making table while cautioning against those that want to use them to cause chaos. The governor has, however, warned politicians at the local level against taking advantage of the demonstrations to settle political scores.
It was important that you go through the course. It was important that you be tested.
This generation was born free. They were born free because they were born during the new constitution. They know nothing else except freedom. They know nothing else except democracy. We now have another crop of Kenyans who have taken the advantage, who are looting. They are doing what they pretend to be mandamanos to loot Kenyans of their hard-earned wealth, to loot Kenyans of the opportunity to provide jobs. Were those Generation Z? Of course not. And I'm saying those people who are doing that, shame on you, that you can sit at home, wait for young people to agitate for your right not to pay taxes, and then you take advantage to go and loot other Kenyans using that privilege.
Still on a story tied to the protests, and the Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has once again gazetted the deployment of the Kenya Defense Forces to support the National Police Service in response to the security emergency caused by the countrywide anti-finance bill protests. This is after the court allowed their deployment and mandated the government to outline the duration and scope of the military deployment within 2 days. However, in the Gazette notice, Duale has only indicated that the deployment will cover the 47 counties where critical installation and infrastructure are located, and that it shall continue until normalcy is restored. Leaders have called out the CS over the indefinite deployment of the military. And Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire has accused some area leaders who are her political enemies of sponsoring goons to torch her office during the anti-finance bill protests on Tuesday. The office block was among the two other government offices, including UDA and KRA, that were rampaged and torched during the ugly protests that also left about 10 private and county vehicles burnt down. She termed the destruction as an act of arson that was well planned and executed by hired goons who infiltrated the peaceful protests by Gen Z. The county chief asked her enemies to face her directly instead of hampering service delivery through such barbaric acts.
Njia ile hii ofisi ilichomeka inaonekana ilikuwa imepangwa kwa sababu walikuwa wamebeba taya kubwa sana ambao walikuwa wakaleta na wakaimwagia.
Protests. Speaking during the launch of a hotel here in the capital, Nairobi, they added that the violence witnessed recently has been marred with vandalism and stealing of properties, which has left many businesses counting huge losses. However, they urged the president to listen to the youth and come up with an amicable solution.
Ikiwa vijana wako na shida yao, wakae chini wasikilize rais na waweze kutatua shida yao. Dumisha amani na tuombe Mwenyezi Mungu
na tufanye kazi na bidii. Hiyo ndio matokeo mzuri.
The president should listen to the young, the youth especially. There is no job. We're trying to empower the kids so that at least they get something to eat. Watoto wamemaliza shule, wako hapa, they have nothing else to do. So I wanted to tell also the Gen Z boys, please, there's no any other country that we have. This is the only country that we have. So please, wasifanye mafurugo mingi.
To Trans Nzoia County now, and the death of a 21-year-old man in unclear circumstances in Moy's Bridge in Trans Nzoia County has put security officials on the spot due to the rising insecurity in the area. The family of the late Vincent Mwangi says instead of the police expediting investigations into his death, they have been demanding bribes from them. Bridget Ngana has more.
At 21 years old, Vincent Mwangi, also known as DJ Boss Baby, was just about to begin another phase of his life abroad. But the young man's life was cut short on Wednesday night. He died after being hit by a blunt object at his wake on Friday. His family and friends recounted the pains they have been through trying to get his killers arrested.
Aliuliwa in a way that hatujaelewa na hatujapata justice. Police ya Moy's Bridge haitusaidii na anything. Alafu tunamaliza postmortem, bado wako na guards ya kusema wanataka lunch ndio waende place ya penye brother yangu alionishikana last time. Mali place ya mwisho nye alionekana. Ati ndio waende hapo wajifanye raia wa kawaida wa question people. Hapa around kuna CCTV. Tukawaambia wajaribu kucheck kama ili capture anything. Hakuna kitu wanafanya. Hakuna information wanatupea.
Sisi kama vijana hatuna amani hata kutembea usiku. Tuko na wasiwasi, ndio tunavamiwa ovyo ovyo, tunauawa ovyo ovyo, kama tunauawa tunatupwa popote pale tunapatikana.
Residents say Vincent's death is the second in a span of a week and the killings have been gory.
Juzi kuna jamaa ameuliwa hapa tu chini mbele ya kwa kina Karis. Akachinjwa na akawekwa kwa butchery. Na security bado imenyamaza.
Tayari tumepoteza vijana kadhaa hapa Moy's Bridge. So tunaona ni vizuri kwamba serikali ichukue hatua.
The late Vincent was expected to leave the country in August in search of better opportunities.
Mtoto tumelea, tumestruggle, ilikuwa ende Qatar mwezi wa 8. License yake already iko. Mimi napigiwa simu nichukue license. Napeleka wapi? Passport iko. Niko tu nayo hivyo. Alafu polisi hawanisaidii. The best they can do is demand for money.
Residents are now demanding for heightened security patrols, even at night, to curb the violent crimes in the area. Bridget Ngana, NTV, Nakuru.
Thank you, Ngana. Now to some other stories. And teenage pregnancies and early marriages are a major setback in the education of girls in the country. The Forum for African Women Educationalists, Kenya, that is FAWE, in conjunction with the MasterCard Foundation, have launched the Imarisha Msichana program that aims at reducing incidents of teenage pregnancies across the country. The program targets girls aged between 9 years to 18 years and is being implemented in 20 counties. Tuseme clubs will provide a safe space for the young girls to learn and express their views about the gender-based challenges that they face. According to FAWE, since the inception of the program in certain schools, pupils have become more confident and are able to speak up on the challenges they face as adolescents.
You are like not sure of yourself.
Watoto wa kike wana uhusiano na watu ambao sio warika yao ama watu ambao ni wazee na ni watoto wa shule, lakini pia jamii haishughuliki. Jamii inaona kama ni ni jambo la kawaida, na hivi inakuja kuathiri hawa watoto na wanapata mimba za mapema.
It's a menace, it's a vice that is happening everywhere. So when we include some of these key actors in the community, they speak in the forums that they hold, in the barazas, the churches, even when they do their nyumba kumi visits, they speak about teenage pregnancies, and that is how we get to raise awareness about this, and especially coming from a male perspective, it becomes more influential, it becomes more productive to
tuseme ama maana ya tuseme ni kuongea ama kutoa yale ambayo kwa ndani yako ili uweze kueleweka, na baada ya kueleweka uweze kusaidiwa.
All right. right, and from that story, we take a break here on NTV at 1. We have more stories on the other side of the break. Don't touch that dial.
Kenya, twende mbele. NCBA, go for it.
The moment I feel my pain starting to fade, it's like I'm going back to myself on a really good day.
Panadol Extra releases you from strong pain. Panadol, release starts here.
Kikohozi cha muda wowote, kutokwa na jasho kwa wingi usiku, uchungu kwenye kifua, afya kudhoofika, tafuta matibabu. Labda ni TB, ni ugonjwa wa kweli. Ukipimwa matibabu yapo utapona. TB waishi poa. TB waishi poa.
The moment I feel my pain starting to fade, it's like I'm going back to myself on a really good day.
Panadol Extra releases you from strong pain. Panadol, release starts here.
Kote nchini, mbele, tuendelee. Mbele, Kenya twende mbele.
Kenya, twende mbele. NCBA, go for it.
The moment I feel my pain starting to fade, it's like I'm going back to myself on a really good day.
Panadol Extra releases you from strong pain. Panadol, release starts here.
Kote nchini, mbele, tuendelee. Mbele, Kenya twende mbele.
Kenya, twende mbele. NCBA, go for it.
Welcome back. You're watching NTV at 1. My name is Ibrahim Karanja. Let's continue informing you. And the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET officials in Embu County, have given the government a 7-day ultimatum to remit their health insurance deductions to hospitals. While addressing a press conference in Embu town, they lamented the severe hardship they are facing due to unpaid remittances, which have left them without access to essential health services. Led by Branch Secretary Jacob Karura, the teachers painted a grim picture of their current reality, saying they were being denied medical services due to the unpaid deductions, many resorting to organizing fundraisers to cover their medical expenses.
There have been a problem of pre-authorization in the hospital where a teacher would stay for almost 24 hours without being approved for any treatment. So we are saying categorically this mistreatment on the part of our teachers is unacceptable.
Tungeomba mwajiri Teacher Service Commission alipe mahospitali kwa sababu kwa muda wa miezi 9 hospitali asinjalipwa na serikali. Na hii ni mbaya, na kama itaendelea basi tutajumuika kuita walimu wote ili tuandamane katika hospitali zetu.
Now, to a story that paints a picture of the ripple effects of what the government says is the rejection of the finance bill. And Education Cabinet Secretary has confirmed that the government will have to forfeit the employment of 46,000 junior secondary school intern teachers on permanent and pensionable terms due to budgetary constraints. This is a big blow to the graduate teachers who were hired as interns in 2019. Speaking during the 4th annual Kenya Secondary Heads Association National Delegates Conference in Mombasa, Machogu said that they are now forced to look at priorities due to the rejected financial budget. Fatma Bugu has more.
President William Ruto had promised to convert the intern teachers into permanent and pensionable once the 2024 finance bill is passed, saying his administration had committed to hiring an extra 20,000 teachers. However, on Thursday this week, President Ruto rejected the bill following the ongoing opposition from youthful Kenyans who termed it punitive, forcing the government to undertake budgetary cuts and the allocation for the employment of the 46,000 junior secondary teachers was among the items asked from the budget.
When I made the proposals to Parliament with my cabinet, we had certain critical priorities for the nation. 18 billion shillings that would go to making sure that junior secondary school teachers, 46,000 of them, would be confirmed on permanent and pensionable basis.
According to Education CS Ezekiel Machogu, the ministry is only focusing on priorities for now, and employment of junior secondary teachers on permanent and pensionable terms is not among them.
As a government now, we have to go back to the drawing board, see the priorities that we can be able to cater for, and anything that we can be able to remove from the budget.
Last month, thousands of junior secondary school intern teachers who had been on strike since April suspended their industrial action until July to allow MPs pass the national budget. At the same time, Education CS Ezekiel Machogu has said the status quo on junior secondary school venue will remain despite secondary school principals demanding that part of GSS be hosted in secondary schools.
We thought that grade 8 and grade 9 should have been in secondary school so that we can make use of the facilities, that is the laboratories and all the other facilities that are really in schools.
As I said, on session of paper number 1 of 2019 is something that was discussed in the Parliament. And again, we are now in almost July. There is no way we can be able to change.
And that's what we have been asking, if there will be a review. But now we have to take the government policy for now.
And as the ministry is looking forward to implement the recommendations by the Presidential Working Party on education reforms, Machogu says the government has provided 3.5 billion shillings for construction of classrooms in primary schools countrywide. Fatma Bugu, NTV, Mombasa.
Let's now have a look at some sports stories, and Kenya Police will be hunting their maiden major cup when they take on KCB FC in the Mozart Bet Cup finals at the Ulinzi Sports Complex from 2 p.m. Police defender Abud Omar expressed his disappointment on how the season ended after Police finished third once again in the league, and has vowed that the team is ready to make amends by clinching the club's major trophy. Head coach Salim Babu is still searching for the first major trophy, and with no injuries in the team, the former Nzoia Sugar tactician is upbeat that his side can cause an upset. KCB, on the other hand, have also never clinched a major trophy, but their head coach Bernard Mwalala tasted victory with Bandari FC in 2019 and has termed the opportunity as a golden chance that should not be wasted. The winner of the final will walk away with 2 million Kenya shillings and a ticket to represent the country at the CAF Confederations Cup in the 2024-2025 season.
tulikuwa number 3 na this season tulitaka kuwa number 1, but unfortunately tumeshikana number 3. That's why nikasema makwanza hapo kwamba we are not happy because we are still in the same position. So right now hii game ya 29th ambao is against KCB, we're gonna go all out. We have to.
Wachezaji na motivate na kuambia tu at least kuwapatia confidence kwanza, kwa sababu tumekuweka hapo, tunajua unaweza. So ni confidence pekee yake najaribu kuwapatia. So kila time najaribu kuambia hii tunaweza, kuna kitu ngumu. So ni sisi wenyewe tujitume kwa hiyo kiwanja tutaingia hapo.
Kwa upande wangu naweza sema kwamba nimewahi kuwa na mshindi wa kombe hili na nimejaribu kuwakumbusha wachezaji kwamba umuhimu wa kushinda kombe hili. So nadhani maandalizi yamekuwa mazuri na nadhani tuko ready na nadhani kila mchezaji ako ready kupeana 200%.
Beyond our borders, and the Copa America Group D leaders Colombia continued with their superb start to the competition with a 3-0 win against Costa Rica to make 2 wins in 2 in this year's competition.